Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are I'm free. These days are share them with me. These days are
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Whiteboard Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about running through deloads and tapers and say break weeks. So we'll start it off running here. So what is a deload? A deload week, in effect, or a deload period, is a week where you take a break or you lower your intensity and volume in your training week. This will not affect your strength, this won't take away anything, it's basically just to give yourself a little bit of a break. The reason behind this is residual fatigue will start to build after 3 to 4 weeks and will basically overtake or overlap with your performance in the gym. Hampering performance will slow down your progression with strength and muscle mass gains. So what we'll show you here, on this diagram we have 3 lines. So we have performance, strength and fatigue. So once we start a new training block here, you start throughout the week, your performance is absolutely amazing, you're not feeling any sort of sores, any pains at all, so in with that your strength is going to build, simple. At the same time as this, maybe a little bit slower, your fatigue, again, this dotted line just here, will also begin to build. So as it begins to build, it will slowly combat and get to the point where it starts hindering your performance. So this is what is usually when you put in your deload or taper. So when it starts hindering your performance, your strength will flatline, you won't be able to bench, you'll get stuck on a bench. So this is the sort of the plateau sort of point where some point people get stuck on a bench. They can't get past a certain weight on a bench, or they can't get past a certain weight on a squat. This is more or less when residual fatigue is at the point where it's hindering performance, it's going to hinder your strength. So here is where we implement our deload week, our taper week, our break week, where we back off intensity and volume just for typically a week. Just so we can slowly decrease residual fatigue and slowly bring that performance back up. When you bring the performance back up, you will also be bringing the strength gains back up again and muscle mass gains. So these shouldn't typically be classed as a special week or just a week here and there. They should be periodized into your training all the time, just so you can slowly be always progressing in the weight room. So when you put in the deload, your residual fatigue will go down using the deload. Active recovery will slowly go down. Your performance again will because your fatigue will go down, your performance will start going up again. So once we get into the next week of training, your performance will be down, your strength will go straight up. So this is a way you can battle fatigue, battle plateaus, and never be able to get stuck, say, in your weight room. So what we'll run through now is how to set one up. Right guys, so how to set a deload week up. So typically I tend to program them in or periodize them every 4 weeks. So every the 4th week we hit a deload week. Just so we can structure it, so on a 4, 8 or 12 week block of training, we always know that every 4th week we hit a deload. That's what I tend to do, and that's why I've seen some really good progress from it as well. So you're just getting a nice sort of refresh every 4 weeks. They typically last a week. I wouldn't say anything longer. So yeah, typically they last about a week, hence deload week, simple. Right, so the way we start off with the deload, you do not change any sort of splits at all. So if you're hitting chest and back on a Monday, you still hit chest and back on a Monday. If you hit legs on a Tuesday, you don't play around with the block itself or which day you train. You simply just play around with the reps, sets and weights. So say on some of the compound movements that you do, so say on chest, you were hitting a bench press, you reduce the weight by about 10 to 15%, and maybe take away a set as well, depending on sort of how many reps you're doing on it. If you were doing, say, 3 sets of 3, I wouldn't particularly take away too many reps out of that, because it's quite a low rep range anyway. I'd just take away 10 to 15%. But if it was, say, 4 sets of 10 reps, maybe I touch away a little bit and take maybe 1 set away on that bench press. So you just adjust the reps, sets and the weights. So with your accessory stuff, it works exactly the same protocol. You take away sets and reps. So say throughout the week, from weeks 1 to 3, you've been building up on a progression scheme of say 8 to 12 or 12 to 15. I would use the lowest amount of reps you were doing on that accessory movement. So say that you were doing 8 to 12 progression scheme on lateral raises. I basically tell the person to use 8 reps. And say they were doing 3 sets throughout the week, you take it down to 2. So you take away 1 set and you say you use the lowest set of rep ranges. As well. So that's how I program in the accessory ones as well. So I take away a rep, take away a set, and take away some reps as well. So using reduced rep ranges, and also track back on the weights that you were doing as well. So say from weeks 1 to 3, I'd say use week 1's weight. So you are using a lighter weight for lower amount of reps as well. So not causing too much volume. So reducing overall volume is exactly what we want to do for a deload. Right guys, so that is how you set up a deload. So we'll just cover up on a little summary now and then we'll move on. Right guys, so summaries. This summarised up on deloads and tapers. So they should be implemented every 4th week. They should typically last around a week, and you just reduce down your volume for the whole week, taking away reps, sets and weights. That is exactly how you would run a deload. I would say that the majority of people would really progress a lot more if they were to think about their training a little bit more and maybe put in this week every 4 weeks to stop the plateaus. Because I know that a lot of people say, I plateau on my bench. It's because you haven't had a rest. So you still have rest days. Take a week where you just back off the weights, slow things down, reevaluate things, and then just get back in it again and just slowly increase that performance. So yeah, deloading the taper is one thing. If you are getting stuck on the bench, if you are getting stuck, they do work. They're not something that it's going to hinder your gains or hinder your strength gains or muscle mass gains. They will help, and they will help you progress forward. So this one was episode 4, guys. Please have a look at the rest of the episodes and comment, share, subscribe for future content as well. So hopefully this one's been helpful for you guys. I will catch you on the next episode. See you next week.